This is the last episode.
Go on it and see this happen. We say, fuck it. It's the podcast. This is not gonna be the podcast. I bet you $10 is not gonna be the podcast. I don't want to lose $10.
Hey guys, this is a podcast.
Shit. I lost $10. I'm a broke dead person now. I'm a broke
Hey
dead
guys,
person.
I don't hear anything. Now I do. All right. Hey.
All that was for nothing. This is the
That
podcast.
was so bad. Like I heard it and I saw it and I didn't like it, but it happened. I'm not cutting it out. I don't edit this podcast. What is happening with that meter? You see this meter?
That's just going like, whoop.
Like it's like not. It's like not. I'm gonna try to fix this. Hey.
Oh, damn.
Hey. Whore.
You flick it and that's what fixes it?
Whore.
No, it's just going.
Meter, you whore.
I mean, just taking all of it.
Hey guys, this is the last episode podcast. My name is This Is, and this is a podcast where we talk about things. Hey, you interrupted my intro.
Last.
All right, listen. That annoying fucking asshole you hear is a dead boy. He shouldn't even be here on this planet because he's dead.
I'm dead. You got rid of me. You deleted me.
I deleted you. This is the funny thing now. The joke, oh man, I made this worse. The joke is going to stop working here soon because like no one can find those old episodes. I think you're on one of the, I think you came back for a couple.
Yeah, I came back on one episode.
You came back for one
featuring a dead boy.
and then also the chalupa thing.
What the fuck? What?
Where you were living with me and you're on your way back and you were called during the middle of the recording of the podcast and you were like, hey, I'm going to talk about, do you want anything? And I was like, yeah, can you give me the new chalupa thing? And Jesus lost his goddamn mind, and so did I.
Oh wow, you actually, did you like put me on the like microphone and like
Yeah, you were on that episode. It's our one and only clip. I think we have two clips. We have two clips because we're not funny enough to have clips. Also, I don't work hard enough to make clips. I'm sure we have more clips if I tried. But this, so this is a. Fuck.
What's this thing? I forgot. I slipped my mind. What is this thing called?
This is the last episode podcast. My name is This Is, and this is a podcast where we talk about things.
Hi.
That's my new intro, by the way.
That is.
Yeah, I like it. It's well, because what happened was I got a lot of advice from people on like how to do a podcast correctly, and everyone pretty much said, not everyone, but a lot of people said like make sure you have treat each episode as if you're introducing new people to the podcast. So like tell the audience what the podcast is called, what it's about, who you are, blah blah blah. And I said I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm doing, this is the last episode of the podcast. My name is This Is, and this is a podcast where we talk about stuff. It's very uninformative.
Well, it's a lot shorter than the original intro, which you would like go through all of our emails and go through our lastcastask.
Oh yeah,
shit. Yeah, all that shit.
What was
something lastcastask? I forgot.
Well, it's lastcastask. That's the name of the email, but I forgot the order of how I said things. Like there was an order in which I would say words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
totally.
I don't remember what it was. It's gone now. I mean, I downloaded all the old episodes and they're on my hard drive. So if you guys don't know, the other human talking, not the one that isn't this voice.
The other one.
He's the original co-host of this podcast because Andres is dead also. Now he's on the family vacation.
He wants the underworld. He'll be back alive.
Yeah,
sooner or later. Yeah. We'll revive him later.
I think he'll be back. I actually didn't even ask him when he'll be back. So I'm assuming next week. If not, I'll figure it out. So I could have skipped this week, but we've been skipping a lot of weeks because either I'm busy or he's busy, and I don't like skipping weeks. So I don't want to.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. The show goes on. All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
How's life been since you died?
Life's been going. So far, let's see. I went to school. Mm-hmm. I just actually finished school. My last class like not so long ago.
Last class ask.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be getting my music production associates, and now I'm just chilling. That's all I've been doing lately.
Hell yeah, dude. You performed.
I performed. Yeah, I
You did a
perform.
concert.
I did a concert. I did a show.
How was that? I saw it and it was pretty good. You did well, I think.
It was pretty. It was pretty interesting the way things happened because, like I said, I couldn't tell how unorganized this Lars live thing was until I was in backstage, and it was just like,
Well, because you did the brick room underground. You didn't do the main stage. I saw.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So basically, what happened was
I
like,
think they're both just as unorganized though.
yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, we started off in the stage, but then like what happened was like we had so many people that they couldn't like,
Oh, really?
yeah, and everybody was performing 2 songs, so they even had to cut me down. Like, okay, we could only give you 1 song.
Got it.
I was like, you know what, that works out fine because
You didn't practice the other one.
yeah, I didn't memorize the other one, so I didn't want to mess that one up. So I just went strong and I did 1 song, and hey, worked out.
Yeah, I thought you did pretty good. It's awesome seeing the like. I mean, it's not like your final. I'm hoping you do more music after this. But it was cool seeing like from the like where you started and how like hard it was for you to like make a thing happen until like seeing you perform a song that you created from scratch with words and everything, and like you kind of sang it a little bit and it was somewhat in tune. Like it was cool. Like you did a good job. Like I was so happy. I was like, my boy did it. He did a thing. He did a hard thing that people can't do. Like it's hard for people to like not only like make music but also like fucking perform it and like do a good job. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely see growth in this whole music thing. Guys, I want to let everybody know, for someone that's like just wants to try out new hobbies, I want to let you know, man, if you do music, just know it's fucking hard.
Yeah, most things in life are hard. And
Yeah.
so like rocks.
Man, you ever tried being a rock, man?
Help, I'm a rock. Help, I'm a
It
rock.
sucks, man.
So yeah, I mean, I think one of the frustrating things about music, like when you start, is like seeing any sort of progress takes so long, and you don't see it because it's so gradual. Like every day you're improving like 0.1%,
Yeah.
and so no, it's not like, oh, tomorrow I'll see an improvement. That won't happen. You'll never really feel or see an improvement for the most. Like sometimes you'll have little spikes. Like today I did better than I usually do. A bigger growth than usual. But for the most part, it's hard to see like that you've grown. And so you've gone back and see like, oh yeah, that was me like a year ago. Wow, I'm so much better than that. Because like the slow growth, I feel like is more rewarding in some ways because you're like when you do it, you're like, oh, I earned this. But at the same time, it's frustrating because it's like, this takes so long, and I don't get to see the fruits of my labor until like a year later.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I've been let's see, when I started this program, this thing was like an hour. Like I'm about to say an hour, a year and a half long. So I started off knowing how to write songs, and what I mean by that is like I know how to write lyrics to songs.
Yeah,
and that's all the knowledge I had. I didn't know anything about music.
Well, even that, it wasn't even like how to write. It was more of just like your own. Like there was no like you didn't know how like proper song structure or cadence and stuff like that. You just kind of like, this feels right.
Exactly. I just knew stuff by feeling. So let's say like so then a year later I can now finish a song. Like I can make okay songs now.
Yeah.
But the fact that like, like I'm able to like make a beat, write lyrics to it, and finish like an entire song, it's like that's pretty big. Like, but even though that was only a year and a half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been doing music. How old am I?
You're a 23-year-old boy.
I'm 23. I started when I was 9, so 14 years. And even before that, because I've always had a guitar and piano, so I've always had, and my mom was a professional clarinetist, so it's not like I've always had music in my life. But like my first day of piano lessons, like when I was 9, is kind of when I look at like that's when I started music really, because that's an easy date to start. But 14 years later, and I'm still like, I'm not that great at things. Like, and I've been doing it. I play music like I try to play something every single day, or analyze. Even if I'm not playing anything, at least listen to music and analyze it in some sort of productive way. That's why I listen to complicated music like Animals as Leaders and sometimes jazz. A lot of jazz lately. What was my point?
What was your point? Yeah.
My point was like, you did it for a year and a half, and you've gone from like 0 to like, I don't know what number. What number do you think you started at? Like,
I'm gonna say.
I don't think 0.
No, I wouldn't say zero. I'd say probably 5%.
5%? Where do you
5%.
think you're at now?
Where am I at? I say I'm at like I want to say 13.5%.
Oh, I gave you way high. I think you're like 20% of the way there.
You think 20%, man?
I think maybe even 25.
25%.
Well, maybe it's hard to tell because like you could like make a song from beginning to end, like to end. Like you can make a song
That's
happen.
true. Okay, I get.
Like, you might be even like 34. I don't know. Like this is a dumb question because like the number means nothing.
Yeah, I can give more credit. That's it.
But yeah, you the growth that you've done in a year and a half is much longer than mine. Like mine, I didn't write my first song for like 3 years into pianos, and that was just a piano song, like a short, like minute-long piano piece. That wasn't like multiple instruments and singing and somewhat mixing and any of that. It was just like I can write piano piece that like a 60-second classical piece.
What would you say was harder to learn, the guitar or the piano?
Well, piano, because guitar, I always had a guitar like around, and so I always like doodled with it like a lot, and so the guitar came really natural to me because I would play it as I was learning piano, and so I kind of understood concepts like alongside it. So like the struggle came from piano, while like the fun factor came to guitar. And also I had like really, really stressful piano lessons. Not stressful, just hard. Just like difficult piano lessons. My piano teacher was like legit and wanted me to continue and do like national levels and
he's like, boy, you're gonna be a boss.
Yeah,
we're gonna get you there.
Yeah, and I said nah. Because it wasn't fun at that point. And so I stopped. Which in some ways I regret, and in some ways I don't. Like I regret because it's like I could have been so much better, but also like I would have hated music. So, kind of,
Yeah, because that's one thing about like doing creative shit. It's like if you're not doing it for yourself, there's no point. You kind of lose the joy in it, and it's like I'm only doing this because I'm good at it, and I'm not doing it because I want to.
Well, that's what I kept trying to tell you when you were starting. Like I think
it kind of, I understand, but like it kind of felt crazy because like what you would always say is like you got to do music for music.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that if you don't feel that spark and right away, it might be hard to understand exactly what that means. Like for me, that fan isn't off. I just realized.
I thought you said put it on one.
I said off. That's fine. I'll get it out. I'll try. So if you hear a fan, that means I fucked up. So fuck, what was I saying? Damn it, fan.
Something about music. We can't do music for music.
Oh, yeah. So, like, for me, like, when I say, like, you gotta do music for music, for me, like, I'm making music, I'm writing shit, and once it's done, like, I'm doing a very large project. Once it's done, which might take fucking forever, like, multiple years, once it's done, I'll probably just release it all for free and then move on with my life. Because I don't care about making any money off of it at all. Like, literally at all. Like I don't care if anyone listens to it. I don't care if anyone steals it and pretends it's theirs and says like I made this. I'll be like, that's cool. I'm glad it's bringing you some sort of value. It brought me value just to make it. Because like for me, it's like you're rubbing shit and I can hear all of it. I heard all of it. Why do you think that was okay, huh?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
I was just messing with it.
There's all that audio classes that you took just down the goddamn drain.
I didn't take audio classes. I took music.
You took one audio class.
I took two audio classes.
Well, that's even. You made it worse for yourself.
Yeah. Let's just be real about the criticism, okay?
All right.
Facts here, damn it. Facts.
Facts don't care about your. So yeah. The whole music for music thing is it's a weird concept if you don't like feel it right away. Like I find pleasure in making the music and then listening to the music that I made. It's like cool, I made a thing. Like I have an idea and I want to hear this, and then I'll make the thing, and then cool, I get to hear this now. Like I feel like that's something that like some people like non-creative people like don't have. I think there's a certain type of there's a type of creative mind that kind of like, instead of looking at some music or audio or whatever the fuck, like something creative, art, as like, yeah, this will be my job and I'll make money. I'll sell an album and then make a bunch of monies and then fuck bitches and do drugs and die like at 26. Like there's a lot of people that do that and like to do that, but that's not me, man. I don't want to be successful. I just want to make shit.
I feel that way when I used to draw.
Yeah.
I think I felt that way more often, like more better when I was like drawing stuff because like I was just doing it just to do it. It wasn't for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I finished it, I'd be like, holy shit, I did this. This was me. Yeah. So
well, that's another frustrating thing too. Is like when you went to school for it. Like, how was that?
Went to school for drawing.
Yeah, didn't that like completely change your perspective on it?
Yeah, I think it changed my perspective because it was like I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for somebody else.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like that's the same thing. Like I could say for like when I went to music school. Because like when I was making music, it's like it's the first time I ever doing music. It was totally different from like art school because I was drawing before I even went to art school. But when I did music, it was like I was learning how to be creative, but at the same time I was doing it for somebody. So that's why I'm taking a break off of school so I can learn how to do this music thing for me.
Yeah, fair. You now know the like basics on how to make shit, and so now it's time to make shit.
Yeah, you got that's the thing. You want to be creative, you gotta learn how to. First, you gotta figure it out. What's your intake? What's your perspective in this creative field first?
Yeah,
and enjoy it, and then like see where you can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you just do it like for the money, it's gonna be hell because because first of all you're gonna realize one, you don't like it, and plus you don't know where the fuck to go from.
Well, I feel like the number one thing is there is no money in creative. There's no money in being creative. There's like 3 people that make money being creative. Like no one makes money off of art. Like 4 people in the world. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like it depends. It depends.
It's not
on
really 4 people. You know what I mean? Like it's such a small number of people that like actually become successful.
You gotta know your shit. That's why you gotta learn how to be a business person and be creative at the same time.
Well, this is why like ever since I went to school and like started talking to like professional people and hanging out with like the real lads in the industry, like I learned that like people like Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber that everyone likes to shit on or whatever all the time. It's like no, these are hard worker like I have so much props for Justin Bieber. Like I have zero hate for that man at all. Like that must be like literally one of the hardest working people on this planet. I have no gripes with him at all. You don't have to like his music or anything, but you have to appreciate the hustle that boy has done. Everyone who gets that successful, the Drakes and the DJ Khaled is like a perfect example of this. He's like the ultimate business boy.
I feel like there's some people who I can kind of give like like you said, like respect to, because like it depends. Like because being an artist, it's like you just have to be a good listener, and then especially if you got a good manager that can like do this shit for yourself, then you're gonna make it pretty far. Yeah.
If you and I mean you also have to be somewhat talented. Like,
yeah.
No one good. I don't know. First Tekashi, people like to shit on that guy. Have no talent or whatever. But, he has talent. He knows how to make shit, Like, even him. I give some props to.
You see, I wouldn't say it's the talent of, like, shit.
I'm not comparing him to, like, anyone. I'm just saying he's probably...
I'll say he has a hustle. There has to be a hustle. You don't get that big without a hustle. And he knew how to manipulate people into getting what he wanted.
I think there's a balance between, like, hustle and also talent. I think that anyone who's successful in the creative field has to have both. If you don't have the hardworking drive and also at least a little bit of talent, you're not gonna really you can work as hard as you want, but if you're not good, you're not gonna get anywhere. I
don't know about that. I feel like people will take shit if there's a lot of shit.
Well, no, because wait, what did that mean?
Well,
you said shit twice and you didn't describe what they were.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll say people can take a lot of shit if it's like, if there's a lot of shit. What I mean by that is like people will ingest content just because like it's a thing. Just because it's like it's in front of their faces. If you produce because obviously it's like I'm gonna compare. Say like like a talented person and an untalented person. Mm-hmm. If a talented person was to make an album and the untalented person would make like 3 albums, if it's like shit, it's like the fact that like it's still there is like it's gonna go somewhere.
Okay, I think I know. Okay, bad example, but I know what you mean. Like I think like. Well, this is why I'm not saying that like just talent alone is going to get you there. That's not what I'm saying. It might be more. I think it might even be like hard work and like the hustle or whatever. Like might be more important than talent. But without any talent, then like people don't just listen to music just to listen to music. Like there's psychological reasons why certain music works. Like you can't just play any notes on a piano, record that shit, release it, and be like, and work as hard as you can to get it into people's faces. They're not gonna like, not everyone listens to everything. You know what I mean? Like things have to be good. There's objective quality to music.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like it has to be listenable. Listenable is that even a word?
Sure. And so, but it's even more than that. Like it also has to be good, like some sort of good, like good enough. This is why I don't like. I mean, like I don't really shit on music like I used to. Like every once in a while, like oh, this is trash, but I don't go like this is objectively bad and no one should listen to this. Like it's hard. It's really rare for me to do that now. Like even if it's something that I really don't like, it's like, well, this is out there. I'm sure someone will like this. At least the person that made it likes this in some way. Like if there's one person that likes it, the person that made it, then there's probably another. So I don't know. I think creativity is weird. It's a weird thing that is hard, and trying to make a living with it is impossible. But I'm trying. Maybe I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna do something. I'm sure you'll do something creative.
For sure, yeah.
And do good at it and be good and be a good
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
Music, bro.
So I want to talk about not this anymore. I want to talk about
For sure. What do you want to talk about?
All right, I want to talk about video game things.
I like video games.
All right, Call of the Doodles?
I might have heard of him.
Yeah, so he's coming out with a new game called Call of the Doodles Modern Gun. I can't. Okay,
when you say he, who is he?
Call of Doodles.
Yeah, because like when you say he, it sounded like I'm coming out with a game called Call of Doodles. Hey, I'm making a game called Call of Doodles. It's mine. It's all mine. I'm the original owner of Call of Doodles. I own this shit. Fight me. Fight me now. He's pointing a gun at me. None like you guys can see this, but he's pointing an actual loaded gun at me with the safety off. He just dropped the clip. You can't shoot me now. Wait, there's one in the chamber. You can still shoot me. Holy shit. Oh my God. My life is in danger now. Oh, that was real. That was all real right there.
That was 100% real. There were no fakes in that.
He all for Call of Doodles.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming out someday. Let me see. What fucking... I don't have that on here.
Probably November. No, it's actually October. What the fuck? For real? Wait. Is that a new thing, or is that like?
Yeah, Call of Duty's been releasing in weird days. Call of Duty used to release always on the second Tuesday of November. Always.
Yeah, that's when I used to play Call of Duty. Last Call of Duty I was in was fucking what? Black Ops 4.
Well, you didn't own that game.
I did own Black Ops 4.
You own Black Ops 4?
Oh wait.
Black Ops 3.
My bad. 3.
Yeah.
3.
October 25th, 2019. That's the day of my cousin's birthday. So there's a lot of shit with this game. So they did
what day is it coming out?
October 25th.
I think my cousin has a birthday. Yeah.
Cool. Well, my cousin's better.
You know what? You might be right.
Okay, so there's so much about this game. So they did a multiplayer reveal. So last week or 2 weeks ago, they showed the 2v2 mode. And so we got to see the first footage of what the engine looks like and how the game kind of runs a little bit. And we got a little bit of details. But this multiplayer reveal kind of showed us a lot. And oh my God, this game looks kind of cool. I'm kind of excited. It's very promising, but it's Activision and they could easily fuck it up. So I'm going to talk about all the good things and we'll see if it's going to be, well, these are true things that are happening. Like, these aren't false. These are facts.
These are facts.
These are straight facts, bruh.
Facts from the book, bruh.
No season pass. All the DLC will be free.
All of it's going to be free?
All of it's going to be free.
That's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, map packs will be free. So
something has to cost money.
Well, there's going to be COD points, I'm assuming, and there'll be some sort of season pass or like a battle pass or something.
A battle pass, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be that, but there'll be no, like, no longer will there be like a season pass where you have to pay $50 and you'll get a map every 3 months. Like, it won't be that. It's just like everyone gets the maps for free. The only thing is PS4 gets it a week early, but everyone gets it
Yeah, they're probably gonna do
after.
like you said, they're probably gonna do like a battle pass, and like they're gonna have like different like phases of this game, and then it's like phase
Well,
one,
like
phase two.
yeah, like most multiplayer games right now, where it's just like
Yeah,
you have like a tier, like 100 levels or something, and there's like the basic bitch level and then the paid level, and if you go into the paid level, you get like more skins, and everyone's played Apex and Fortnite and fucking any video game that was released in the last 3 years, so y'all
Yeah.
know how these work.
y'all know how this shit works. Y'all in this shit.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go.
dumb. You're right, it's dumb. But this is cool because the reason why they're doing this is because because here's the problem with Call of Duty. You have, first of all, the multiplayer, you have a bunch of different game modes. And so let's say you're a hardpoint player and you really like hardpoint. Well, you get to play hardpoint for like the first, couple months, but then the first map pack comes out and it splits off. Like, let's say you get the map pack, but some people don't. Most people don't. And then what happens is like it'll only put you in lobbies with people who have that map pack, and it completely like lowers the amount of people that play hardpoint. And then the second map, and same thing. By the time the third map's out, you have no one plays fucking hardpoint at that point because only some people have these maps. And so they're trying to do this thing where it's like, okay, everyone gets the maps. That way, all of these servers are loaded. And another thing that'll help with the server loading issue is, oh my God, I'm so happy about this. And we talked about this last time, I think, but crossplay, actual crossplay, 100% legit. PS4, Xbox, PC will be able to play with each other. No issues at all. It will work, and it worked. Well, I don't know how well it'll work, but they did a test. They did 36 streamers and YouTubers at the multiplayer reveal, and they were all playing on different consoles and stuff like that. So
That's work.
So it was working with that. It was working with that many people. But who knows once however many millions of people play fucking Call of Duty now.
Yeah, it got me on board. I might get this game now.
Right? Like I can get it on PC and you can get it on PS4 and we can play. And it'll be good.
It's gonna be fun to be playing with these PC users that be sniping and shit.
So here's the thing. So first of all, there's a couple of things to mediate issues like that. So if you're just playing normal, like if you load up Team Deathmatch on your PS4 and you don't have friends playing with you, you're just kind of playing by yourself, you load up Team Deathmatch, go into lobby, whatever, it'll try to match you up with console players. Like it'll try to match you up with mostly PS4 and Xbox players. And it'll try to, if it can't find enough people with that, it'll try to load you up with people who are playing on PC that are using a controller. Like it can sense that it'll detect that this person on PC is using a controller, so we'll put you into the controller lobby. And if you're using mouse and keyboard, which you can actually use mouse and keyboard on consoles now, so if let's say you're on Xbox using a mouse and keyboard for some fucking reason, it'll try to load you up with PC players that are using mouse and keyboard. So but if you're playing with your friends, like if I'm on mouse and keyboard and you're on controller and we go into a lobby, it's all over the place.
It's everywhere now.
It'll try to be even. It'll try to be 50-50, 50%
Consoles.
controllers and keyboards on one team and then vice versa on the other. It'll try to do that, but it's not gonna, it's not gonna be 100% every time. But for the most part, they're gonna try to balance that because they understand a mouse is superior when it comes to aiming and stuff like that. But I mean, when they were doing the multiplayer events, when they had all those YouTubers and pro players and stuff like that, some of them were kind of struggling a little bit. I mean, even I think Shroud, who's the best Call of Duty player, who I think plays on PC now, got wrecked by Noah J, who uses PS4. So that was cool. So it's relatively well balanced at even the game's in technically pre-alpha. So there's a lot of tweaking that still needs to be done, but even with that multiplayer reveal in the small, enclosed space of perfect scenarios, it seemed to be working well. We'll see once the beta comes out because there will be an open beta. So where is it? Okay, so if you pre-order the game, it'll allow you to do early access 2 days early for the beta. So the first week, the 12th to the 16th, is PlayStation only. So if you do the 12th and 13th, you can play the beta if you pre-order the game. And if you haven't pre-ordered the game, on the 14th through the 16th, then everyone on PS4 can play. And then the crossplay testing which is actually what it's called. They're actually straight up calling it Weekend 2 Crossplay Beta is what they're calling it is September 19th to the 20th, early access, PC, Xbox One, open beta, PS4. So anyone on PS4 can play the 19th through 20th, but if you pre-order the game on PC and Xbox, you can play it. And then 21st to the 23rd, everyone can play it. PS4, PC, and Xbox, even if you didn't pre-order, 21 to 23rd, everyone can play. So I now have PS4 and a PC, so I will be playing on the 14th to the 16th and the 21st to the 23rd. And I will get back to you guys and see. Oh, these are dates for September, by the way, not for August. So we have a while still before any of this happens.
Got about a month.
Yeah, we're at the beginning of August now, so we have a wee bit of time to go, but it's not too much longer.
A month and a half.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I mean, I am so much conversations with my friends for like entire lives. Like multiplayer gaming has been a thing. Is like, man, I wish I could play with my friends on PlayStation, but I have an Xbox, and vice versa. Or I have a PC and I want to play with my console friends. Well, it's happening, and thank you, Fortnite.
We here.
Legit, thank you, Fortnite. Like, without Fortnite, this wouldn't be it. Like, I'm sure this would happen eventually, but that's the game that got Sony to be like, all right, fine.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do the thing.
And now we doing it.
So
we got it.
So I'm excited for that. All right, so some specifics for like the actual game and how the game works and stuff like that. I mean, you can watch on YouTube, watch some clips, and Drifter has some good videos. Hutch has some good. I think Dalek and Noah J and just a bunch of YouTubers have videos and stuff like that talking about it. But just some things that stood out to me. No more pick 10 system or pick whatever. You know how most like Call of Duties, I think ever since Black Ops 2, I think all the multiplayers have been like, you have like a certain amount of credits to like make your class. You have like 10.
Oh yeah, you got like 10 or something.
Yeah. So now they're getting rid of that and they're doing the way it used to be, where it's just like, all right, just you get a gun, you get a secondary, you get 3 perks, you get blah blah blah, and there are the
do you get a certain amount of attachments on the guns? Or like...
I'll get to attachments, but there's ways to get more extra perks or something like that. In terms, if you like get rid of your secondary, you can get an extra perk or something like that. Like there's still that system, but there's no like set limit of how many things you can have in your class. Another thing with the class, they're calling it like the gun bench or workbench or something like that. It's like there's a lot to it. Like I think Drifter made a separate video just talking about the create a class system. Like another thing, you can create your class in the middle of a match. Like you can be playing a match, press pause, go to your class, and edit your class in the middle of a game, which is dope. As something that was like, you go into a game, you're like, shit, I forgot I'm playing Dom, not team deathmatch. I forgot to put like a smoke in my thing. It's like, oh well, I can put that in right now, like in the middle of the game, which is great. Okay, so the attachment thing. So there are a lot of attachments for this game. This game has a lot of modularity for the guns, which is great. So 30 to 60 attachments per gun.
Fuck.
Yeah. This isn't how many you can add at once, by the way.
I know I'm about to say, but I'm just imagining like you just got a big ass fucking gun that has like 30 attachments in it. Like,
no, there's 30 like possible, like, so like 30 is like the pistols, like there's 30 possible attachments for pistols, and like 60 for like most, like 50 to 60 for most ARs.
For sure.
And submachine guns and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's a lot of customizability from like the mag to the like everything, barrel and caliber of round. Like you can change for certain guns. Like you can change what size the bullets are, and that completely change, because this game actually has bullet drop and real actual projectiles coming out. They're not hit scans like Call of Duty used to be, because this game is running on a completely new engine. So there's actual. I think Black Ops 4 had projectiles too. Wait, no, Black Ops 4 didn't have projectiles. It just had a predictive recoil. So every time you shot your gun, it was the same recoil pattern, so you can predict your recoil pattern. But I think there were still hit scans. This game is actual projectiles that move out of your, like actual entities that move out of your gun at certain speeds and certain, velocity, certain strength to the whatever that you hit, which is great, which will matter because these maps are slightly big. So they've completely changed the way they're doing maps now. No longer are they doing the basic Call of Duty basic bitch 3-lane thing, where he's like, I'm gonna go left, you go right, I will go down the middle, like that's no longer really a thing. Their whole advertising thing is supposed to be the most realistic Call of Duty, whatever. But the maps are very just kind of crowded and all over the place, and there's a lot of buildings, and there's no real like single straight path towards anything. There's just here's a map, there's a bunch of buildings, and play. Like, learn the map. And you have to learn the map because there's no radar. There's no mini-map. You have a compass at the top of your screen that will show, like, red dots in the general direction that an enemy is firing at. But there's no, like, traditional mini-map on the screen at any time, except there are 2 kill streaks that you can get radars. There's a personal radar, which I think is, like, 5 kills. And then I think like 8 kills is like a team radar. Oh, and then there's another one too where there's like advanced UAV where you can, like normal advanced UAV where you can see the direction of the enemies for a little bit.
Do you think they're gonna have like a heart monitor like they did like in one of the CODs? Like a heart monitor to like see like what kind of screens, like where enemies are incoming and stuff?
Oh, like in Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I forgot what that was called.
I think it was called a heart monitor. I think.
I don't remember. It was called. I know exactly the little blue screen that comes out. Yeah, that thing was great. Probably not. That'd be nice though. I'm sure there are probably I know that they're doing like what's that one perk that's usually in Treyarch games where you can see enemy footsteps that have walked. You see like red footsteps like floating on the ground. You're like, oh, an enemy was just there. You know that perk?
No, I don't remember. I remember it, but I don't remember the name of it.
Well, that's in the game, so there are still ways to see enemies. That being said, with the radar thing, will probably change. So they're going to be, once the beta rolls out, they're going to be heavily paying attention to feedback about whether or not people like the radar change or not. Because a lot of YouTubers are talking about how some of these maps are really, really complicated, and there's going to be a very large skill gap. This game is already going to have a large skill gap, which is good because Call of Duty kind of lost that skill gap thing. Because what made Call of Duty cool, like back in the day, was if you're not good, you'll get fucking wrecked, and you have to really try to get good. And when you get good, you can really feel it and feel awesome.
Yeah.
And now it's more just like anyone can play COD. Like literally Black Ops 4, every assist counts as a kill. So people's KDs are like everyone's positive because if you put a bullet in someone, you get a kill. Like it's ridiculous. So
I didn't even know it was like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So they got rid of all that, and they're trying to again bring back the roots of what Call of Duty is, or used to be, which is kind of good.
Every time I always talk about, hey, what's your KD at, bro?
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Like for Black Ops 4 at least. And so I'm hoping. I don't know. So yes, a lot of YouTubers are saying like the map thing is not great because again, these maps are really complicated and they're a lot bigger, especially for different modes, which I'll get to in a second. But certain modes have bigger maps, and those ones are really, really hard if you don't know if you've never played the maps before, and it'll take like a long time to learn some of these maps. So they might turn the radars on, they might not. But as of now, this is how the radar system is, where you just have the compass, and then you can sometimes have the radar. So the maps and the game modes, so there's normal 6v6, like, normal Call of Duty or whatever. And then they're also doing 10v10 and a 20v20. And also they haven't exactly announced what this will be yet because they didn't show it off. But there will be a 100-player game mode that isn't Battle Royale. There will be no Battle Royale in this game.
That's kind of good.
I think so. I think we're there's enough. I think we need a break.
We got our feels like battle royales. You got the main two, Apex and Fortnite.
Well, and Blackout. Well, not anymore. Blackout was a thing for a while. PUBG, I think, kind of took over again.
And PUBG, I forgot.
I think PUBG kind of took over Blackout again because for a while Blackout was dominating PUBG. Not dominating, but I believe it was beating PUBG for a while. Or I could be 100% wrong, but whatever. I don't fact check things. Just kidding. I do. I just forget things
every time.
But so yeah, the 20v20 mode. That's kind of the one that I think I'm most excited for. So domination on 20v20 is 5 flag instead of 3.
I'm just thinking of Battlefield off the top of my head of like that 100 v100. I'm like shit.
Battlefield isn't that big. Battlefield just gets I think 30 to 30 or 40 to 40. I don't remember. I don't think it gets bigger than 80 people.
Like, so is that like 80v80 or is that 40v40?
40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then damn, 200 people on one map. Damn.
No, what are you talking about?
I thought you said there's gonna be 100 people on one map.
No, there will be 100. Okay, there will be a 6v6, a 10v10, 20v20, and a 100-player game mode that we don't know what it is. It's not Battle Royale. We don't know if it's 50v50 or just a 100-player free-for-all that just you have 3 spawn. We don't know. It's not Battle Royale. That's all we know. And it could be just a normal 50v50. But 100 players on that map. So the Battlefield thing, the Battlefield comparison is strong. And everyone's comparing this game to Battlefield. It looks like Battlefield. It kind of feels like Battlefield. The map sizes are getting to Battlefield sizes. There are drivable tanks, again, on the bigger maps, which we haven't had since World at War. I think there were vehicles in Advanced Warfare. I don't remember. I didn't play that game. I think I literally played one match and got wrecked and was like, this isn't for me. Okay. Yeah, there's tanks again. There are no flying. There are no drivable flying. There's no jet. You can't fly jets. It's not that level of Battlefield. But, I feel like we're going to get there. If this game does really well, and this is the trajectory of where Call of Duty games are going to get, we're just going to kind of turn into Battlefield, which I'm 100% okay with. I fucking love Battlefield. And I love Battlefield, but I like the feeling of Call of Duty. Like, I always like the gunplay of Call of Duty more, but the scope of Battlefield. And I've always said, I want, a mix of the two. And we're kind of starting to get that, especially with this 20v20 domination, which is kind of starting to feel like Conquest, because instead of 3 flags, you have 5. And the maps are kind of smaller size, Battlefield size. That's kind of the scope of maps. Think like smaller Battlefield. Think of like a team deathmatch map in Battlefield if you've played Battlefield.
Team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch. So this game looks cool. What do you think? What are you thinking about all these things with Modern Warfare?
I'm thinking that a lot of people are gonna hop back on it. Like people like me that were off the Call of Duty train, but the fact that it's gonna be crossplay now, I think a lot of people are gonna hop back on it. And I'm really interested in what it's gonna be like.
Are you gonna get it day one?
Am I gonna get it day one? I might just wait for. I think I might wait for Black Friday for this one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you're most likely going to get it.
I'm most likely gonna get this game,
which means you'll also get PS Plus again.
Oh damn! I have to get PlayStation Plus. Shit. Mm-hmm. Damn. Don't know then.
This is what's nice about having a PC. You don't have to worry about that garbage. I can just play the game. Even though last week, that's hilarious. So last week I was talking about how I can see a future where I might just switch over to console because I'm really liking the PS4 and I really like the Switch, and I don't really play my PC as much anymore like I used to. As soon as ever since I got my Switch, there's a big decline in my PC playing, and it really hasn't garnered any steam since. I got DMC5 on my PC and I played that, and Division 2 I played that on here. But other than that, there really isn't any new games I'm playing on my PC right now. And now that I have PS4, I'm starting to think well, which games are kind of worth getting on PC? Now that I have the option, it's should I get the PC or PS4? And I had never mentioned last week, online is free on PC, so fucking multiplayer games are PC for me. That's what that single player games is a little bit harder. For games like Borderlands, which is a game that there is multiplayer, but I don't ever play that game with other people. Borderlands is always a solo experience for me, so I can see myself getting it on either one. I can see myself getting it on a PS4 or PC. I don't know, but Modern Warfare, if I get it, I will most likely get it on PC, just because of obviously free multiplayer. I don't feel like paying for PS Plus. But I don't know if it's a day one buy for me. I need to see. I will be playing the beta. You can play the beta too. It'll be open beta, so anyone can hop on. Again, the day. If you go to charlieintel.com, by the way, is where you're gonna get any Call of Duty news that is actually correct. Everyone can play the beta the 21st to the 23rd.
Even without PlayStation Plus?
Even without. Oh shit. You probably need PlayStation Plus. I just forgot about that. Never mind. I actually don't know. I'm assuming you'll need PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I'm assuming so too.
I'm going to visit callofduty.com/beta for more info. Facts. Frequently asked questions. Let's find out live on the podcast. Where can on which platforms? I pre-ordered. When is Call of Duty beta? How do I get? How do I redeem? What do I do? When will my my experience sample? It's wide. Preload. I pre-ordered. All right, so none of these questions, but I'm assuming if you have console, you have to get online. So, never mind.
Damn.
I'm assuming. I might be wrong about that, but
could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't know how betas work on consoles.
I think you need online. If the game is based on getting online, then I think the beta would be you have to get online.
PS Plus to play Modern Warfare.
That's usually how it works.
Modern Warfare, 22 things you need. It's a lot of things. Cross-platform means you can play. Yep, season passes no more. Weaponized customization is extensive. Progression and gameplay are unified across all 3 main modes. So that's another thing too. Like there are 3 modes. There's going to be a campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops is back. And so your weapon progression will carry over through all modes. So let's say you play on the campaign, you level up your guns in the campaign. That leveling will transfer over to your multiplayer, which is cool. So you can start with the campaign and you're not feeling like you're wasting time because you're actually leveling up your guns. The night vision goggles. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Everyone should check out, if you're interested in the new Call of Duty, check out the realism mode, which they showed a lot of gameplay for nighttime maps where you kind of required to wear night vision goggles, which look really cool. And there's no HUD and there's less health, and it's like ultimate hardcore because why was it? I think it's just hard. I'm thinking about it in my head. I think it's the same as hardcore except there's night vision now. Laser discipline, okay. 2v2, yeah, which we talked about last time. 3 map sizes, multiplayer support. Okay.
Can you customize your character?
I don't know. You can in the recent COD, so I'm assuming, but not like a lot. By customize, it's more like face paint. That's it. You can select from an array of cool-looking operators to represent yourself in online matches, but the benefits are purely aesthetic. Yeah, I think it's just like how it's usually been, where it's just you have different operators you can choose. And you can change like face paint and maybe like color, but not like different hats and shit. Use a new engine, realistic mode to make some noise, mounting, okay, doors. Oh yeah, there are doors. That matters. You can open and close doors now. Tactical sprint. So the way it is in Apex, where you hold the change your gun button and you put your gun away and you run faster, which matters on bigger maps. Kill streaks are back instead of score streaks. So no more, which I actually like score streaks. Like I play a lot of Dom, and I'm an objective-based player more than a kill-based player because I'm not good. And so I liked being able to get kill streaks just for capping flags and stuff like that. And you can't do that anymore. Now it's just kill streaks via kills only. And also your kill streaks don't add to your kill streaks. But that's been a thing for a while. Open beta will be big, literally, yes. The watch hand. None of this is from the PlayStation blog. And not one. I'm gonna Command F.
One thing about PlayStation Plus.
Nope. The only plus is that there is an option to go to the PS Plus tab, which is a completely separate thing. I need PSN Plus for play beta of Blackout. What the fuck? This is terribly written. I'm seeing if for the beta for Blackout needed it, and this is a terrible website. So everyone, this is probably riveting for people to listen to. Look it up. I'm assuming yes. Just assume yes. I could be wrong that you need PS Plus and Xbox Live to play. Unless you're on PC, in which case, fuck off everyone else.
I hurt my feelings. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Ooh. All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about? That's Call of Doodles.
Nope, not really.
Cool. This will be a short one because we have nothing else to talk about. So, bye.